And before I could ask him what was wrong with me, he just left. Emily stood up and suspiciously asked me what was going on. I just panicked and started crying and begging her not to tell the dean. She said she will have my back as long as I tell her the truth. I told her everything, and she was in complete shock. I stopped popping the pills for a whole week after that incident. It was almost summer break, and I had to get myself together before I went back home. During one of my classes, Brad and I were called into the dean's office. I felt my heart drop to the floor. When we entered the office, Emily was already there, and the dean looked quite upset. I don't want to bore you with the details of a 2-hour conversation, but to sum everything up, Brad acted innocent, I protested, and the dean threatened that both of us will get kicked out. I had 2 days to prove that Brad was guilty. Let me tell you that if college has taught me anything so far, it is how to hack a computer and get away with it. Now, I'm not saying that that was a good thing to do, but I had little to no choice here. I'm ashamed to say that on that same night, I hacked Brad's computer. I had to find out where he was getting those pills from. I went through his email and found a long thread of his dirty work. Brad has been in contact with a group of students from medicine school for 2 years. They asked him to try new drugs on people in exchange for a big chunk of money. I got sick to my stomach. I have been taking unknown drugs for I don't even know how long. I wonder what the long-term side effects might be. But instead of being dragged into a loop of self-pity, I decided to print out all the evidence, including the bank transactions. I wanted to save myself and expose Brad and those other students he's been helping. Next morning, I decided to show the dean all the evidence and get Brad to confess. I thought I had it all figured out, but it slipped my mind that the dean will definitely find out that I hacked his computer. I had to come up with another plan. The only way was to get Brad to confess. And for that to happen, I had to confront him. I texted him, but he did not reply back. A few hours later, I just ran into him. He almost pushed me when I told him that I had evidence for everything that he's been doing. He called me a liar and a few other names. However, when I told him the exact amount of money he took from them, his face changed color, and I finally felt like a winner. Brad just sat down on the floor, buried his head between his knees, and started crying. I was not prepared for this kind of reaction, but I was not about to fall for his tricks again. I told him that whatever he does, and no matter how much he cries, that will not change my mind about telling the dean. He raised his head and said, "I am such an evil person." And I have no idea why, but it broke my heart. I sat down on the floor next to him and asked, "What made you do it?" And what Brad told me later changed everything. He said, "My parents died when I was 10 years old. I had to work and go to school. I had no money. I went days without food. My uncle took me and took all of my money. I had to pursue my only dream, and that was to be a student here. There was no way I could afford it. I shouldn't have taken the easy way out. I shouldn't have hurt you like that. I just needed the money so bad, and now my whole future is at stake. I'm begging you, I will do anything, but please don't destroy my life like that." And when he was done, I was not sure what to do anymore. Let me know in the comment section if Brad should pay for what he did, or should I help him expose the medicine students?